Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining today. My name is Elsa Ramirez, and I am the Oceania Cruises Business Developer Manager. I would like to, again, thank you so much for your participation, for being part of this wonderful virtual travel event. And I'd like to also thank A Passport to Travel for the invitation to be part of the event as well. Thank you all so much. Today's presentation is going to be highlighting a couple of um, lots of information, to be honest. We're going to go over why Oceania Cruises, what's included with Oceania Cruises. We're going to be talking a little bit about the market position of Oceania Cruises and who we're part of. And then, of course, we're going to go over promotions. So stick with me. If you have any questions that I'm not, that I don't end up answering at the end of the presentation, please feel more than welcome to reach out to your travel advisor. And they will either answer those or they will reach out to me and we will get the answer as soon as possible to you. So again, thank you so much for joining. And let's go ahead and start with Oceania Cruises. And we're going to start with the market position of Oceania Cruises. I think it's very important for you to know that we are part of a beautiful family of cruise lines. Norwegian Cruise Line Holding, it's a umbrella. And under that umbrella, you will find these three cruise lines. So you have Norwegian or NCL as a premium contemporary. And then you have Regent Seven Seas Cruises as an ultra luxury. And then, of course, Oceania Cruises in the luxury category of cruising. Now, the biggest difference between Regent Seven Seas Cruises and Oceania Cruises is that Regent, it's all luxury, all inclusive, all verandas. Yes, everything it's included. Now, with Oceania Cruises, you have different categories. You have inside staterooms, you have ocean view, you have veranda staterooms. And then, of course, we offer the luxury of choice. So not everything is included, but we include the things that matter to most of our guests. So moving on, we are going to be talking today about the three pillars of excellence of Oceania Cruises, which are mainly the reasons why your guests decide to travel with us. And I do have to highlight that the number one reason why your guests sail for the first time with Oceania Cruises is because of our itineraries. It's because of our award-winning itineraries. They're very unique. They're very port intensive. So we're going to be talking about each of these pillars of excellence, and we are going to start with the small ship luxury experience. And I want you to know that so far we have 8 ships. There are more ships coming on the way, but I wanted to let you know that we have 8 ships, and they're all a bit different. So the Regatta class at the very bottom, it's our smaller ships, 670 passengers with a crew of 400. Oceania class, it's 1,250 passengers with a crew of 800, and that will be Marine and Riviera. And then Alira class, which are new babies, 1,000 guests, 1,200 guests with a crew of 800, and that will be Vista and Alira. Beautiful ships, Allura. We got the keys of Allura not that long ago. That was what, June, July of this year, and her christening is going to be at the end of the year. So very excited, and then new ships to come, new updates. So everything, our ships are just beautiful, and they have been recently all refurbished. Marina is the one that's going to go into a refurbishment next year around April, May, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, all of the ships look amazing, including Marina. She just needs to be refreshed. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the small ship luxury experience because you might be wondering, so what's the biggest difference, right? All cruise lines shine in different ways. And the fact that I'm here having Oceania and then I have Holland Celebrity and Princess, there are different types of cruise lines. Holland Celebrity and Princess are more of a upper premium category or premium category of cruising. Oceania Cruises, as I mentioned before, is luxury, but we are the next step. Once you're sailing, if you're already sailing with Princess Celebrity in Holland and you're looking for maybe more unique itineraries, smaller ships, you're looking for more inclusions, then Oceania Cruises is our next step. Now, some of the benefits of a small ship luxury cruise line is that the service on board is amazing. I mean, staff to guest ratio is 2 to 3. So every crew member is servicing one passenger and a half. We are a culinary cruise line, so one chef for every 10 guests. That's amazing, to be honest. Butler service for suite guests. We do offer a luxury experience on board our ships, and no matter what category you decide to book, the service and the experience will be amazing. And the best part of all is that you will be sharing the ship with 100 guests, not thousands of guests. So um, that's a beautiful positive thing, in my opinion. Now, moving into our ships and what to expect on board, I do want to highlight that the dress code on board, it's elegant, resort casual. And we do have different bar, lounges, and venues where you can spend time, pre, post dinner. We do shows at night. We have a casino. So there's different activities that you can do on board if you're not in port, of course. There is a space for everyone to relax. If it's either shopping or maybe reading a book, we do have a beautiful library on board our ships. Or if it's a spa, I mean, we just provide you with different options for you to unwind on board our ships. We do offer group fitness classes, and those are included in the rate. So you're into maybe spinning or maybe yoga classes, those are included. We have large saltwater pools in our ships. We have our very own spa called Aquamore, and pickleball, it's on board, as well as a running. There's space for running. There's space for croquet, and there's also golf footing as well on board our ship. So again, options for everyone. When it comes to staterooms and suites, depending on the category you select, there are different things that are included. All of the verandas and lower categories include the same amenities. It's just that the room itself is a bit different. But I think it's important to mention that Oceania staterooms are 20% larger than the industry average. Elegant furnishing, as you can see in the pictures, our staterooms are just beautiful. Rainforest showers. The tranquility beds are the most comfortable I have slept in. And then, of course, 24-hour room service. Our website does a really good job showing you the differences between the categories. So once you select that itinerary, you can go into the specific ship and all the information will be shown in there. And then, of course, for the suites, additional amenities like priority luggage delivery. You have access to the exclusive lounge place or room. You have laundry services included, and then, of course, many other additional benefits that are included with the suite category, including that 24/7 butler service. Now let's go and dig a little bit deeper into the culinary experience on board Oceania Cruises. We started as a culinary cruise line, so everything is about food on board our ships. One chef for every 10 guests should tell you that. And then, of course, we use the highest quality ingredients on board our ships. Most of them are actually coming from the ports that we're visiting, including our wines. Authentic gourmet menus, and also our menus match the destination that we're visiting. So we want you to explore and taste the destination. We think that there is a beautiful connection between those two things. And then, of course, with one chef for every 10 guests, you can expect a la minute preparation. So everything it's made fresh. And yes, I mean, talking a little bit about the restaurants. I was surprised whenever I started with Oceania Cruises of how many restaurants are on board a ship, considering that it holds 1,250 passengers. That's the max. So we have a grand dining room, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have specialty restaurants like our steakhouse, Polo Grill, or the Italian restaurant, Toscana. Also, we have Red Ginger, which is Asian food, and then Jack's, which is French. And then it just keeps going on. Terrace cafes or buffet, a restaurant, by the way, very high-end buffet. Waves Grill, is that restaurant right beside the pool where you can speak to burgers, and then you have the pizzeria right aside from it. Baristas is that space where you can have your specialty coffees, which by the way are included, and then also try the fresh pastries that will be in there. Right besides the baristas, there is a bakery. Aquamore, it's I love the way that they describe it here. Maximum indulgence, minimum guilt with energy bowls, juices, and the freshest ingredients. It just really describes this restaurant. It's open for breakfast and lunch, by the way. And again, it keeps going. Afternoon tea time is a wonderful experience every day at 4 p.m. You will not forget about this one. Once you attend one of the days, then you're gonna continue joining for the 4 p.m. afternoon tea time. Private dining, it's an option and highly recommended. This is where you will get to taste that culinary experience, the Michelin culinary experience. It does have an additional cost, but again, it's highly recommended. And then, of course, we cater to virtually every dietary need on an individual basis. So please make sure that you let us know if you have any allergies or any preference as to what your diet is, and we'll make sure to accommodate you. And then, of course, we go into the number one reason why our guests decide to sail with Oceania Cruises, and that comes down to the itineraries. So we visit the 7 continents. We do visit more than 600 ports around the world and 100 countries. So we're pretty much everywhere. Now, the beautiful part of our itineraries is that they're very unique and they're not repetitive. So they change every year. 300 unique itineraries each year. And another wonderful part of it is that we visit those boutique ports that other cruise lines don't have access to. And that's just because of the size of our ship. We're able to go through some of the rivers, like as an example, Bordeaux. We're able to dock right in front of Bordeaux, and we will overnight there and leave the next day once the water levels are okay for us to sail. We give more time in port to our guests, and that allows you to really explore the destination that you so much wanted to visit. We do late departures when possible, and overnight stays as needed. So again, in conclusion, the itineraries with Oceania Cruises are very unique. Highly recommend you to look at the hours that we will provide you with on each of our itineraries when you're comparing us maybe with other cruise lines or different itineraries from other cruise lines. Then, of course, we have a bunch. We have many shore excursions in each of the ports that we're visiting. So, an option for everyone. It doesn't really matter what you're into. We have the Go Local tours, culinary discovery tours. Of course, we're a culinary cruise line, so food and wine should be there. Aquamore wellness tours, Go Green tours, Oceania Cruises exclusive shore excursions, which are the smaller groups, more in-depth type of shore excursions. So again, options for everyone. And then, of course, we have the experiential learning on board our ship. So we have found out that our guests really enjoy the experiential learning on board Oceania Cruises. And everything started with hands-on cooking classes. Our guests were really and actually enjoy their hands-on cooking classes. And, they like the fact that they're taking something with them. It's a memory, yes, but it's something that they can also share with their friends and families once they're back home. So if they learn how to make paella, they will go back home and then they can create that paella for their friends, and they really enjoy doing that. The same thing happens with the Link Digital Center. They're learning how to take landscape pictures or the right way to take pictures of food. So it's something that they can later on use it. It's a new skill that they're earning. Artists love, they get to do anything about art. Through the entire duration of their itinerary, there will be different programs where they will be learning how to draw or how to paint. So again, a new skill that they're learning. And then, of course, we have the wine tastings and the pairings so they can learn more about wine itself or champagne. And the mixology and spirit tastings are amazing as well. So they'll learn how to make some wonderful cocktails that they can share um, with their friends and family members. So we talked a little bit about the small ship luxury experience. We talked about the culinary experience of board ships, and then of course the destination and why our itineraries are so unique, and actually why destinations is the number one reason why our guests sail with Oceania Cruises and why they're so loyal to us. So those are three pillars of excellence. And now I'm going to kind of talk about what's included with Oceania Cruises. Yes, our itineraries are beautiful, our ships are wonderful, but I'm sure that you're wanting to know what's included with Oceania. So now the biggest difference between Oceania Cruises and other luxury cruise lines is that most of the luxury cruise lines out there are all inclusive. And it doesn't matter if you like to drink or not, or if you're wanting to do their basic shore excursions or not, they're included with the other cruise lines. Now, with Oceania Cruises, we're doing something different. We want to give you the luxury of choice. And we want you to select what is it that you care for, right? So we're basically including the things that matter to our guests. So specialty restaurants are always included. The room service 24/7 is always included. Unlimited Wi-Fi, 2 logins per stateroom, actually, with Starlink. Sodas, juices, teas, specialty coffees, gourmet ice cream, smoothies, all of that sometimes have an extra cost with other cruise lines. With Oceania Cruises will be included. Group fitness classes, of course, we want to keep you healthy. Laundry services are included, concierge and higher. And then also there is that option that I talked about before about the do-it-yourself type of laundry. We'll provide you with everything that you need and the space, and then that's an option for you. Gratuities are included. And then on top of that, we give you the choice. You could have a wine and beer by the glass package that's included during lunch and dinner time, or you can get a shore excursion credit amount based on the length of the itinerary. That shore excursion credit could be also used on board as an onboard credit. So you can use it to refuel a spa if that's what you prefer, or any of the culinary experiences that have an extra charge. So it will be your option, is for you to decide based on your preferences. Or if you decide that you're not into the wine or into maybe doing shore excursions, or you have already too much shore excursion, you don't know what to do with it, then another option is to get a discount for the amount of the onboard credit, right? It's all based on the length of the itinerary, so highly recommend you to check with your travel advisor and maybe review all the options before you select the one that you prefer. One more thing. This program, Your World Included, does not have an expiration date, and it's combinable with any promotions out there. Okay. And talking about promotions, oh no, the next slide is different. I wanted to let you know also about the you can now enjoy your status across our sea of brands. So if you have sailed plenty of times with Norwegian or Regent Seven Seas Cruises, or even Oceania, you can now use your status on the other brands. More information on this and how everything works online. If you have any questions about this, highly recommend you to reach out to your travel advisor, and then they will provide you with more information. So going back to Black Friday, yes, Thanksgiving is coming pretty quick. Black Friday sale is already available for you to book into, and it's offering up to 50% discount on selected itineraries. And then on top of that, as a special thank you for being part of this wonderful virtual event with a passport to travel, I'm including, or adding, I should say, a $200 per stateroom onboard credit if you were to confirm your reservation prior to December 10th. This is the same date where the Black Friday promotion will end. So you'll get, all the benefits if you were to book before December 10th. Wonderful itineraries, by the way, and let me just highlight a couple of them. I know that we're kind of going over the time here, but I just wanted to show you and give you an idea of the price and the benefit of the Black Friday sale. So Panama Canal, if you haven't done the Panama Canal, this is the perfect opportunity. This itinerary, it's aboard Insignia, one of our smaller ships, 658 passengers. Is a 10-day itinerary departing from departing from Panama City, going into Miami, and it goes through the Panama Canal. And this itinerary in specific, it's $2,700 per person. Beautiful. Honestly, a wonderful deal. Then you have the Baltic, London to Oslo. Beautiful port, very port intensive itinerary, I should say, of the 13 days. Every day you will be visiting a new port. It's a beautiful itinerary on board Sirena, 13 days. And this itinerary, if you were to sail on a veranda, by the way, there are other options. There are inside staterooms or ocean view, but I'm giving you the veranda stateroom, 5,070 per person per day. Sorry, 5,070 per person. Apologies. And then the Northern Europe itinerary on board Vista, 18 days. Yes, there are going to be some days at sea, I think about 3 or 4 days. But at the very beginning, it's very port intensive. And then you take a break for 3 days and you enjoy everything that Vista has to offer. And then you get into New York. So think about this way. You only do that long flight once, and then you are in New York closer to your home. So this itinerary on the veranda accommodation on board Vista, it's looking at 6,375 per person for 18 days on board Oceania. Oh yes, it's a really good deal. And then last but not least, and I'll say that this is my favorite itinerary so far. And I know that this itinerary will sell out really quick because it's just beautiful. It's on board Marina, 14-day itinerary departing from Rome to Lisbon. And it's a beautiful itinerary. That's all I have to say. It's just very unique. You know, you're going into Arrecife, Santa Cruz de Tenerife. Usually the itineraries that include any of those ports will sell out really quick. So I know for sure that this itinerary will disappear in the next maybe 2 weeks. I know it's going to sell out. So it's a beautiful itinerary, 14 days on board Marina, Rome to Lisbon. Again, highlighting beautiful itineraries. I mean, it's going even into Morocco, Casablanca. That's beautiful. That being said, Black Friday, it's a great promotion. Highly recommend you. I hope that you found this presentation informative. If you have any questions, please reach out to your travel advisors and they will either answer to those right away or they will reach out to me and I will help them. So again, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.